They were promised wide-ranging tax holidays by government as a way of cushioning them and boosting their productivity. Finance Minister in the 2017 budget outlined the abolishment of 1% special import levy and duties on importation of spare parts, among others. But 16 months on, the impact of the proposed tax interventions have yet to be felt by some spare parts dealers at Accra's most popular spare parts hub, Abossey Okai, and here is why.
Mr. Speaker, to all of our friends in Abossey Okai, we will abolish duty on the importation of spare parts.
13 months ago, the Abossey Okai spare parts market was thrown into a wild frenzy after government announced it had removed and slashed some taxes on various goods and services. Today, the situation has changed. In a shop half the size of a volleyball court, 38-year-old Yao Opoku and his attendant are rearranging some car parts, which include headlights, windshields, and doors of various types of cars. He doesn't look happy today. Amankwa hasn't seen the impact of a tax reduction on spare parts he sells here at Abossey Okai Market.
It has had a very little impact on our activity as a business because although they have abolished the import duties and other small taxes that were on our product, but the problem we are facing now is with the customs. Because when you bring in your goods and you present invoices to the customs, it is left with the customs to determine how much they will be giving to you for you to pay.
Okay.
For instance, if I pay maybe $5 for this particular light,
okay,
and I present the invoice to customs that I pay $5 for this light, custom will tell me that either they will accept my $5 or they will tell me they think it costs more than $5.
Okay.
So maybe they can present maybe $15 as the value for this item.
Okay.
And that is causing a lot of problems for us.
Okay.
Because you know genuinely, you bought this thing for $5. Custom is saying that you are paying, you bought it for $15. And you cannot explain.
For him, these interventions have not had any impact on their businesses because of a valuation process spare parts importers go through at the ports.
If government would want us to feel the impact of the taxes that they have removed, then we should be able to pay our duties in cedi devaluation. They should value all the commodities in cedis. Because if I know that I buy one of these lights and I come and government is charging me 10 cedis, I have 1,000 pieces of this. I know how much I'm going to pay. So nobody is going to determine how much I should pay.
Okay.
It should be a thing that every business woman or man should know how much he or she is paying for the items that he brings, but not custom officers alone.
For nearly 1 hour of our stay in his shop, not one client pulled up to make a purchase until our departure. And Yao Mankwa confirms, even though some prices have gone down marginally, sales are still low.
But my appeal to government is the duty that they value our commodities in dollar is not helping businesses. At least they should let us pay or value all the commodities in cedis so that everybody will know how much he will be paying for his commodities.
People who come here to buy every day, when they come, what's the sense they get? Do they get the sense that things are relatively less expensive now? Or
before, people were complaining. But now gradually things are coming down. We are reducing prices.
In February this year, government offered a 2% reduction in petroleum taxes following a 28% cumulative increase in fuel prices since 2017. But those have yet to reflect in transport costs, and Yao Mankwa is simply unenthused about it.
We have not seen much impact on the lives of the people when it comes to transportation. Transport fares has not been reduced and those stuff, although they have not increased it as we know, but also they have not reduced it.
So do you have much more money in your pockets today than you had last 2 years, for example?
Well,
what do you call disposable cash?
Disposable
cash.
Yes. it's like from that time up to today, it has been that normal trend. It has not been getting much money today than before.
Yao is just one of hundreds of spare parts dealers here at Abossey Okai who expects the situation to change for the impact of a tax cut to be felt. An acting chairman of the Spare Parts Dealers Association, Clement Boateng, agrees.
We are yet to feel the impact, even though its implementation has taken place. When the implementation started, we all saw that when we go to the port and we clear goods, yes, the 10% duty was off. So it was quite a relief to us. But after the implementation, after I think 3 months down the line, we saw that we are beginning to pay a bit much higher of what we used to pay, irrespective of the 10% which was abolished. So then we drew the government attention to it. That is notably the custom division of GRA. Yeah, because we saw that they are now using some new benchmarks to do the valuation of our duties. When they started the implementation of the 10% abolishment of import duties, we also reduced our prices, yes, by between 10 to 15%. And even currently prices are still being reduced. For engines like Toyota Corolla, this Corolla engines, Corolla 2002 to 2005, which used to sell about 3,000 Ghana cedis, is now being sold at 2,500. We have reduced our prices, yes.
He says he spends a lot more money today on utilities and other needs.
Currently, I'm spending a little bit higher. Utilities and food for my family. I hope expenses will go down a little bit.
But hopes all this will change as government successfully implements the manifesto promises of industrializing. Komla Adom, JoyNews, Abossey Okai, Accra.